Hi, let's do 1% problem and one rate of change problem. This is the Jacobitz Learning Channel. So let's read here. It says a hydroplane traveling in an ocean takes 2 seconds to slide into the ocean and it's 200 feet long. The hydroplane jet detaches. The jet takes second 7 to travel to a pier and that's 500 feet long. The circular part of the hydroplane is 500 feet and it takes 10 seconds to ride through the ocean. What is the average rate of the hydroplane's travel? So step one, as most of you figured out, you're just going to add all of these together. For some reason, because it detaches, it gets longer once I guess you use some kind of propulsion to make it go out. It's different levels and different feet. And even if it really isn't in real life, for this problem it is. So you're going to go 200 feet, 500 feet, 500 feet. You add 5 and 5 is 10, plus 2 is 200. So you could just do 7 and 5 is 12, add the 2 zeros. Okay, you could do mental math. Okay, the first part takes 2 seconds, next part takes 10 seconds, the next section is 10 seconds, so that's 22. 2 10s and a 2 is 22. Please don't get confused here, because a lot of people, when they were first doing this problem, they mistook, you know how you're reading something real fast, they mistook the 2 seconds for 500 and they wrote this down as 5 seconds and they got 25, and that threw the whole problem off. So make sure your measurements are always added up. Go back and check. It only takes a couple of seconds. Okay, now what's the next thing you're going to do? Well, you were given your measurements, so you're going to divide 1200 by 22. And when you divide 1200 by 22, you are going to get, okay, so 1200 into 22 is 54.5. Does that take into consideration all three of the feet, the lengths? Okay, and does it take under consideration the seconds? Okay, all three. Well, remember, they were averaged. So now, since these were averaged, you can go on ahead and say 22 into 1200 is 54.5. So that's one of your choices. Take a look at that, and then let's move on. Just remember, when you're doing an average rate, you're averaging out all units the same. The feet stay on one side, the seconds on the other side. And let's move on. Okay. This is one of the easiest problems in the world. And what happens is a lot of people get confused over here when they're using part to whole. Because they see 20%, they're ready to put 20% here. And when they put 20% here, they take it out as 100. Let's look at why you don't. So an expensive dress is on sale. The current cost of the dress is $96 without taxes added. What is the cost of the dress before the sale if it was discounted? So, first part we're going to do is $96. And we're trying to find out what percent that made this $96 go up, right? Because if this is discounted, it must be more. So this X has to be more, and this is how your brain is thinking, so you can think back to, did I get the right answer? Okay, so let's move on. 80 is what's left. 80 plus 20 equals 100%. And I already wrote this over here. 80% is what is given. And 100% is the unit. That's the total whole, right? So this is where your whole is, and this is the real part. Why are people inclined to put 20 over this side? Because 20 is what they were given. And this is the hardest part, is to remember that this is not the 20%. It has got to go up. So it's 80% of on top of what it already was. If you do 20 cents on top of this, the price still goes up, but 20 cents of $9.60 is going to be about $19. Okay, so you can do it that way and just add 20% on top of 96 and see if you get that. You know what I mean? Like if you did 96 and then you added 9.60 times 2, you still might get the answer of the price. Right now, we're just trying to think through how you can do this mental math and how if you're on like a standardized test, you can think your way back through it. And so here would be 960, 960. So that would be $12, 10, 19. So you'd have 1920. So if you added 1960, almost. But let's go on and let's do it the way that it's been determined. Okay, so now when we cross multiply, we get 80x equals 100 times 96 is 96 with 2 zeros, so it's 9,600. Okay, and that was done over here for this. This was done here just now. And over here, once again, we have the units. So then if we go 80 into 960 with 2 zeros, if you notice something, you can cancel this zero out for this one out for this one, as we did on the next slide. So on the next slide, when you cancel out your zeros, you get 8 into 960. And now you're already thinking 8 times 9 is 72, 8 goes 1, blah, 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 into 9, and you have to think around what you're doing in case you're under time, you're already stressed out. So you're thinking. Now you do the math, and here it has been done for you, 8 into 9, 1, minus 8, 16, 8 times 2 is 16. Your original price is 120. So if you were to add $99.60, which I forgot was what on the other slide, and add it to $96, you might come out pretty much close. So 10, 19, 20. So $96 originally plus 1920 would give you, this is 10, this would give you 115. You'd get a whole nother monster. But if you had 115 on the test and you went for it, you could go, but then you went up. So that's why you want to make sure you cross multiply the result of this. If 80 is your whole, 80 has to be the point, and 100 of 100 over to this, because they just might throw that distractor out there. Make sure that you're doing the bottom, and this is what happens. The brain has to think through that it's the opposite of 20 to get what the real discount is, because it's not 115. That's not your answer. Your answer is 120. That's your answer. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.